Hey guys, welcome to another Iron Mike GT Sport stream. This is the FIA Toyota Cup at Mount Panorama. I've called it Bathurst, but it's Mount Panorama. Toyota Cup, this is the N200 Toyota cars. So soft, medium and hard tyres available. Hard is required. Fuel is ×4, so if you play your cards right, it should be able to make the 9 laps with the amount of fuel, and tyre wear is ×15. So to work out if I needed to use soft, medium or hard, what strategy, I really needed to hop into a lobby to work that one out. I eventually worked out that 8 laps on the soft tyre with a pit stop is quicker than 8 laps on the hard. Starting from the back with a glorious 3 minutes 38. Starting at the back with the hard tyre, I'll be doing 1 lap on the hard to meet the required tyre requirement, and then pitting for soft to finish off the 8 laps. Luckily I don't get a penalty here because I roll backwards. Luckily there's no penalty for that. The first race I missed out by a minute. I was actually entering the race and then I got out to clear some of my memory so I could save the race. When I tried to get back in, I was blocked off, so I missed the first race. This guy pushes a bit to the side and then this other guy knocks me off, and I thought, oh well, there'll be other cars pushing him. No, there wasn't. There was no one beside him. He just pushed for the hell of it. So starting last, making a bit of ground with my hards, and then getting knocked to second to last. Wasn't fully impressed with that, but you'll see up here other people. This is why I don't start up near the front or in the middle. Some people just getting kicked off, and they're probably on softs maybe. I was actually surprised. I did look through the whole pack and majority of people are on hard tyres. So what, from 18th up to 15th already. And this isn't my favourite track, it's not my worst, but it's not my favourite, but I seem to be getting a hang of it. I did have a look at the top 10 on what gears they use, and pretty much what gears, not what line, but what gears they use. And yeah, sometimes I'll be dropping down in second gear or trying to stay in third, and they'd be doing the opposite. So just pick up a few tips from looking at the top 10. And that improved my qualifying time before this race, of course, not in it. So the other thing was, if I'm starting from the back, I knew I'd have to be doing a lot of overtaking, and it's not easy on this track. But if I started up near the front and was going to go 8 laps and then pit, I'd probably be in the same boat. So starting at the back with hards was the best plan for me if I wanted to start from the back. So up into 12th place already. So made some good progress on that 1 lap. Try not to overcook this entry. You get it wrong, you could end up getting reset, so it's important to get it right. So I've done 1 lap of 9, I've still got 9 laps of fuel left. So Dingo Donga has done the same strategy as me. So this is quite lengthy, and that's what I did practice during the week. Initially I thought, wow, I reckon the hards no stopper is going to be the way to go, because this pit stop is quite long. But having done a few laps on the soft tyre, I realised 8 laps on soft would easily surpass the time I've lost being in the pits. So back to last place, and it's time now to start making a move on these people. And honestly, I was hoping that majority of people would be on soft and that they'd be pitting on the last lap. And this is my moment now. The advantage of what I've got here is a clear track. I don't have slipstream, but I don't have other people around me making errors, slowing me down. I can pick the best line. I've got a clear vision of my break points. It's all up to me really from here. Any mistakes is all on me. And I really had to try and focus on my what I practiced during the week. You know, staying in a certain gear up to a certain rev. And not getting carried away and just trying to get ahead as quick as I can and starting to make mistakes. So really trying to focus on how I'm meant to be driving. Just taking it easy down here. Try not to break into the corners, but before them, and then roll through a corner and then accelerate out. So in front of me here is flyboarding. I know this guy. Race against him, I'm mates with him, so I feel bad for him that he's near the back with a penalty. So you can see, get a penalty, you lose a lot of momentum, so it was quite an easy pass. And yeah, I was watching the time. I think when I came out of the pits I was 35 seconds behind the leaders, and now I'm 31. Yeah, occasionally I'd look at that because I thought, well, if a pit stop is about 18 seconds, I need to start catching up. Hopefully we'll see me moving up. There's quite a few people I know in this race, like Pinky Hammer, Onoroma. Just starting to get to know this Dingo Donga, flyboarding, of course. Bucko, and Hippie Slayer, who you'll see a bit later in this race. There he is in 14th. So back down to 30 seconds from the leader. Staying in third on this corner. It feels a bit odd. It's tempting to go to second, but I actually found staying in third is quicker than second and then changing gear to third. Better off to stay in third. And it probably also helps save a bit of fuel. And it was probably around here I started thinking, oh no, you know, I'm on my softs now and I've got people in my way and they're going to hold me up. So I'm trying, I know this is not an overtaking area, so I'm trying to sort of take my time with it. I'm trying to line it up for the long straights. See me ringing out the gears. So I'll take 5th gear up over that crest. I'm pretty much just on it. That was a touch early there. And then just braking early here down to 3rd. And looks like Robbo is off. Quite lucky he comes back on. Luckily I clear him. So now I've got Hippie Slayer, who I know, in front of me. And I don't know what tyre he's on, but he's probably another situation where I'm catching him pretty hard. and I'm really hoping he'll just let me go. I think you'll see here he doesn't lay out the red carpet for me, so to speak. So to the leaders, 29.6, I'm slowly catching. But now I've got traffic. And, you know, because I've got the soft tyre, I could probably afford to brake a bit later, but I don't know what tyres other people are on, so I'm trying to go up the inside here. It kind of just pinches me into the wall, and it's a bit disappointed about that. And I was hoping he was saying, yes, but not now. On the straight, I'll let you pass. That's what I was hoping he was trying to say. But because I was on the soft tyre, I had to be mindful other people might be on a worse time, be braking early. Be very careful around here. If you're carrying too much momentum, you end up sliding. Just gets away from you here. Got to be very careful not to get caught up with trying to catch someone, that you push the car a bit too hard. So there's quite a gap here, but you do see me starting to make some ground. I'm out of his slipstream, but I am catching. That's better with the gear change. So third place is pitting off his hards and onto his soft, I guess. That's put me, that mistake's put me 30 seconds back from the leader again. Always hopeful each lap when I'm changing gears at like now. I'm always hopeful other people aren't so much on it and they're changing gears at the wrong time, either too late or too soon, and more than likely too soon. I think there was at least 2 dirty drivers in this race. One of them is behind me, this JZXGG. I've watched a replay and his driving is a little bit dirty. And then in 10th position, just ahead, is the Gal 46, and he's the one who pushed me off the track lap 1. His internet connection isn't the best either, so that doesn't help. You see him sort of twitching around. But Dingo Donga, who had the same strategy as me, is right behind him. And there comes a point where he's had enough. But for now, I'm still stuck behind Hippie Slayer. You know, and I'm really trying to get past him. This is laps are passing and I'm still in 13th. I should be further up than this. This is what I was thinking. So now I'm closer. I'm in a slipstream. Every time I feel like I'm going to get in that, there's a corner. I've got to be careful. So I thought it was going to go out wide there, so I tried to cut on the inside. Then he sort of is just pushing over a bit. So Dingo Donga gets pushed off a bit, so I give him a bit of a boosting bump draft there to help him out, and this is it. This is where he's had enough of the gal. Punch. Off he goes. So I get behind Dingo Donga and I flash my lights at him and say, good on you. And now I need Dingo Donga to help me get past Hippie Slayer, because he's not too accommodating. For me, it was a bit of a missed opportunity here. He does go out wide a touch, and I thought he was going to hit the wall, and which he does, but I thought he was going to be like held back quite a bit. But luckily for him, he gets away with it, and he's still in. Dingo Donga gets past, but still yet for me to do the same. And like I said, laps are now passing by. We're on lap 6 already. Still in 12th. I think I forgot to say, so I've got traction control 2 on. It's a little bit loose if I've got no traction control. And my brake balance is at -5, right at the front. And I found if the brakes are at the back would start spinning out. So my fastest lap times and best stability was brakes right at the front, which obviously is going to put a lot of load on the front tyres, but doing a bit of testing I worked out that softs could handle 8 laps. Just begging him, please dude, just let me pass. So again he goes a bit wide, and I'm hoping again he'll slow down from that, but so I thought, okay, I trust him enough not to just get outright dirty. He goes in a bit deep there. I was waiting for a bit of a block, but no. Didn't want to get out to the right for the best line right in front of him. But luckily I just get past now, so I think you'll see here I do begin to pull away. That might also be because of the gear changing. My gap to the leaders, because of all that, is up to 33 seconds, so I've dropped off a touch. And still able to hold my line. I'm not feeling the tyres struggling at all. So even though they're wearing, and I'd say they're probably 10% worn on the fronts, they're still behaving like they're pretty new. So it looks like Dingo Donga's got past Bucko. I'm trying to tie myself up with Dingo Donga, so that tells me if he can get past, I should pretty much be getting past Bucko as well. So the split between me and the leaders down to 32, let's say, 32 seconds. A bit deep there, I was lucky to get away with that. So it looks like this guy Punisher, he's just appeared from nowhere for me, so it's obviously tyres are really worn. Now around here I'm trying to give Bucko a bit of a bump draft, but then I find myself on the side of him, so I was worried I was going to do a pit manoeuvre. So I kind of had to just bail out and keep my momentum going and get past him. And luckily enough, this guy is pretty clean. If you pass Bucko, give him a high five. He's a clean driver. And this Punisher just looks pretty loose. And I don't know who he is, so I didn't know how he'd respond with me trying to get past him. So luckily I didn't hit him there. He goes off on his own. Oh, gives me a tap. Not intentionally, of course, but I'm glad that I didn't hit him. Or get a penalty out of that. But I must have cut a corner there. So unfortunately I get a 1 second penalty. In like Hunter. Now what I was doing there is I wanted to pretend I was going for a pass, see how he'd behave. I knew I had a 1 second penalty. So in 8th place, 9th, 10th, I felt like I'd lost a lot of ground there. And we're on lap 8 and I'm in 10th place. So here's some early pitters, obviously for their last lap. So I'm going to try and pass this guy again. Oh, he's pitting, which is very good for me. And Boothie. So it puts me up to 6th so far. Oni Roma, he was in 3rd place and was pitting on the last lap. So you watch this. Oh, right behind me there, unghosting. We've got CK and Oni Roma. And I was focusing on them because I thought they got fresh tyres, but they're on hards. I'm sure they're on hards. You wouldn't do 1 lap on softs. So I thought that hopefully they're not familiar and I'll be able to pull away. Looks like one of them's dropped away, so I just got Oni Roma. He's not really making much ground. So it was probably around here I started focusing on in like Hunter, who's shown himself to be quite slow. I think I even have to lift a bit here. Yep, some lifting. So initially I was focusing on protecting my 6th place, and now straight away I'm looking to attack. So again, he's a bit loose, his tyres are worn, and off he goes. And luckily he's not one to collect me. Trying to keep my nerve around here and just keep it the same, making sure I slow down enough. And I'm back behind Dingo Donga. So we've lost someone. We're down to 17 drivers, and I think it was Bucko who'd had enough of the dirty drivers and quit, which is fair enough. It was pretty bad, and the last race of the day. Feel sorry for the guy. So 0.8 laps remaining, still on that -5 brake balance, 2 traction control, has looked after me well. It's probably around here. I'm thinking, wow, I'm in real close to 4th place. Starting last, guys, 18th. Coming home in 5th place. I was obviously pretty happy with that. You'll see me flash my headlights, put my hazards on. It's weaving. It's party time. Yeah, I was happy with that. So 5th place, up 13 places, 69 points, which is pretty good for me. Hope you enjoyed the stream, guys. Looking forward to seeing yours, and see you in the next one.